How's it going, everybody? This is Gabriel Michael here with One Day at a Time, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my vision. Alright, so a good friend of mine and mentor from back in my time in Waco, his name is Donnie Martin, he defines vision as this. Vision is a clear mental portrait of a foreseeable future. Okay, a clear mental portrait of a foreseeable future. So just giving you a little bit of insight on that. If you decide to yourself, hey, I'm going to go climb Mount Everest tomorrow, that's not good vision. Okay, because you're not going to be in any kind of physical strength or probably even have the finances to go climb Everest tomorrow. So what's good vision for you? If your ultimate vision is to climb Everest, then you got to give something that's clear and that is actually attainable. Okay, so maybe you start by running a mile around the block. All right, so that's actual vision. And then by the end of the year, maybe you can, be climbing a mountain that's 10,000 feet or whatever, going on a 15-mile hike. So again, you have to have a clear mental picture of a foreseeable future. All right, so you have to have a plan to get there, and then it has to actually be attainable. All right. So anyway, with that said, let me talk about a little bit of my vision for this channel and just for my life in general. All right. So as for right now, anyway, kind of what I have going with that. So with that, so for me, I have always wanted to, I remember when I was like, not always, so when I was like 12, 13, somewhere around there, I remember having this like thought and this desire, and it's basically I want to be good at and have done a lot of random things. So with that is like one of the things I've always wanted to do. I have, right now I'm 28 years old, or yeah, actually 28, today's my birthday, so yeah, 28 years old, and I have done a lot of things. Okay, I've traveled all over the place, been to almost all 50 states. I have walked halfway across America. I have traveled like 5 different countries. Now granted, that's not like a ton of stuff, but it's a pretty darn good start for me 28 years old, okay? So the thing that I haven't done is that I'm not good at a whole lot of stuff. And that's something, I mean, whatever, you learn how to do stuff. I'm pretty good at disc golf. I know how to pedal on the guitar, things like that. But like, I'm not really good at a whole lot of things at this point in my life. So that's part of my YouTube channel here, is I want to actually become good at different things, which you've seen. I'm learning to juggle and so on and so forth. All right, so anyway, so that's kind of, I never wanted, like I'm the type of person that never actually does the things that I want to do, okay? I talk about it, I think about it, I never actually follow through with it. All right, so with this channel, it's hopefully going to give me the inspiration to actually follow through with what I'm doing, okay? So let me back up a little bit, and this has been mulling over in my head for quite some time, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do this thing. But it really started coming to fruition when I was talking to my brother, and we were talking about business and different things like that. And I remember he said, I don't exactly know how, but we got on the topic of like the Bible and just different things like that. And he said, in the garden, in the beginning, before Adam and Eve, ate the fruit and sinned and everything got crazy and all that stuff, what were they doing in the garden? They were working, right? They were, whatever they were doing. They were tending to the garden, okay? Without sin, in a perfect world, they were working. All right, so that got me to think, and that's kind of why I'm starting to do this, is because I thought to myself for the longest time, working is bad. Working is hard. Like, who wants to work? So I wanted to like travel and do stuff, which is great and it's super fun, but it is it's not sustainable. Okay, you can't only do that. And then with that mindset of like, you know what, work is actually of God. Okay, God wants us to work. We are created as humans to actually work. Think about that. That's a crazy thought. Okay, so because for the longest time I'm like, I want $1 million in the bank and I want to just like go travel the world. Okay, that's super fun and that's super cool, but you know what? We're missing a practical part of life. Like work is actually unto something, and I think it's for us. We're designed and we need to actually work. So with that said, a lot of jobs out there are just, they just have to be done. Okay, I was a manager at Taco Bell for like 3 years, and before that I was just a shift leader or whatever for like 3 years on top of that, or I guess 2, but for whatever it is, I worked at Taco Bell for 5 years, okay? Like I know what it is to have a menial job and just like go through the motions, all right? It's not super fun, but it needs to be done, right? We have to have fast food workers, we've got to have receptionists, we've got to have carpenters, we've got to have road workers, we've got to have it all, right? So that's not the most glamorous job in the world. What do you do with that, right? So what I want to do is do things that will actually help people live their life and work in a manner that will actually inspire them and give them life. All right? So for me right now, that is on the path of learning how to do things, researching business ideas and different things like that, but also learning how to do little things, little practical things, and also just impractical, like hopefully I'm going to learn how to do origami. Not super practical, but I've always wanted to do it. It's going to take some time and it's actually work, but it's unto something that I want to learn how to do, okay? I want to learn how to play the piano, guitar, I want to learn how to dance better, like there's all these random things, right? But it's unto something and it's still going to be work for me, but then there's going to be the overarching vision of this YouTube channel, and then eventually, who knows what else? We're just going to have to roll with the punches and see where this goes, okay? So then, that's where it comes into helping you guys, all right? Because with that said, for me personally, I want to do that. I want to grow. I want to be good at lots of different things. So for me, I'm growing with this channel and with learning how to do stuff, videos, yada yada. And then God's called us to work. He's called us to improve ourselves, I believe. And then with that, I believe if we are in a alignment with what God has put in our hearts and what He has inspired us to do, that is going to equip us to actually live out helping other people, okay, and actually impacting them for good. So that is what my goal is ultimately for this channel, to A, help myself be a better person, but B, to help you guys enjoy your life better and to actually accomplish some of the things that you've always wanted to do. Because I know there's a lot of people out there like me who talk about things but never actually do them. And I can tell you right now, I've only been doing this for like 2 weeks, but it's fun. It's hard, okay? I put in a lot of work and my mind is just like fried. I'm like learning things constantly. It is a like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, but to do this, I have to do this. Oh, and to do that, I have to do this. And to do that, I have to do this. So I have to start at Z in order to work back to A. It's been like this ridiculous journey. But you know what? It's fun and I'm learning from it and I'm excited to do it. Like I've been waking up every morning going like, oh man, I'm so excited to like work on X, Y, and Z. All right, back when I worked at Taco Bell, no offense, Taco Bell people, if you see this, but it was hard getting up. You know, a lot of the mornings I got up and I'm like, I don't want to go into work today. I don't want to do this. Now it's your job and you have to, so you go and do it. And once I was there, like it was all right and I had a good attitude, or at least I tried most days. But it was hard. You know, this is hard too, but I'm enjoying it more. Like it's giving me life, all right? So the things that you guys have not been able to do for time or whatever, in one of my earlier videos I talked about, you know, grace, grace, grace for the parents out there, the people who are working the 2 full-time jobs just to try to scrape by, the, you know, students who have student loans up to here, and it's like, you're almost trapped in a way, like I have to do this. So Gabriel, how am I supposed to do this, right? How am I supposed to do the things? How am I supposed to travel if that's your passion? How am I supposed to travel when I have $30,000 of student loans over here? Well, you know what, that's hard, but you can start in small ways, okay? So what city are you in? Have you actually explored your city? Have you gone to local parks? Have you gone to local coffee shops? Have you gone and explored the ins and outs of your city? That's something really easy to do. If you have 2.5 hours on a, you know, Thursday evening, you can go explore. You know, and that's a great way to start traveling. I'm going to start doing some of that stuff. It's snowy and cold right now, and I'm not a big cold fan, so I'm not going to do that right now. But as soon as it warms up a little bit, I'm going to explore Kansas City. I have lived here most of my life. That's not entirely true. I grew up here But most of my adult life I've been all over the place. But now that I'm back in Kansas City, I want to explore it. I want to learn about it. I want to be a Kansas City tour guide almost. Like, I want to know the ins and outs of my city, and I never have before. But you know what? I want to explore it because I can't go to Africa right now. I can't go and drive across America right now. I did that already, but I can't do that right now because I don't have any money and because I'm doing something else. So I love traveling, so what does that lead me to do? I go explore my own backyard. Okay, so it's super practical. You can actually do that if that's what you love. If you want to learn how to play volleyball, if you want to learn how to play foosball, if you want to learn how to play the clarinet, okay, sure, you're not going to be able to dedicate 45 hours a week to this, okay? You can't do it like you're going to school for it. But you know what? You can do something small. You can do 20 minutes a day. You can do 30 minutes a day. You can do 5 minutes a day. Even if you did it 5 minutes a day, it would be a huge improvement. In a year, you'd be like, man, I know how to play the guitar. Now I know how to, maybe you want to learn another language. Wow, maybe. See what I mean? So anyway, so that's kind of my hope for this channel. I'm going to do some of this stuff. I'm going to put in large periods of time, which maybe you guys aren't able to do, but you can put in small periods of time. And my goal is when you guys do that, you'll see how it actually makes you come alive, because you look back in 6 months and you're like, oh my gosh, I can do this. Like, I'll take juggling for me. A year ago, I wanted to juggle my whole life. My uncle juggled. I remember growing up, watching him juggle different things. I thought it was fascinating. I loved watching him juggle. And I just never learned, but it was in my head. I'm like, man, I want to juggle one day. I want to juggle. And I never did it. Ever, ever, ever. Then my friend Chris, he started juggling. And you know what? It inspired me to start doing it. He's like, hey, I learned in like a week. I'm like, really? Well, I want to take a week. Now, I did it like 30 minutes, 45 minutes a day, something like that. But you know what? In 2 weeks, guess what? I could juggle. So now I kind of stopped at just 3 balls, and now I'm working and making it more in depth. But still, like, you can do the little things that you've always wanted to and never had. But after I learned how to juggle, there's an accomplishment, like a sense of like, wow, I did that. Like, I've said that I wanted to do that my whole life. I never took the 25 hours that it took to actually learn how to do that. Some things out there, like learning guitar, there's so many people that I've talked to about, oh, I want to learn how to play guitar. Well, I'm self-taught on guitar. I'm not very good, all right? But that's one of the things I want to show you guys, and hopefully I'm going to actually get better at guitar. But yeah, I'm self-taught. I'm not good. I'm not good at all. But if you don't know how to play guitar and you listen to me, you'll think I'm good, right? And how much time have I put in on the guitar? Probably, like, actually learning time, I put in probably 50 hours of actual work on the guitar. So in 50 hours, and if you're doing 20 minutes a day, how long is that going to take you? If you actually practice it in 3 months, you can be good at guitar. Now, you know what I'm saying, good like me, where you're not good, you're not going to go play a concert, but you know what? You know how to play the guitar. You know chords, you know strum patterns, you can play some songs. If that's all you want, that's all you need, and you can do it in 3 months, and you can play guitar. So anyway, that is the goal of my channel, okay? It's for you guys. It's to inspire you by watching me live out your dreams. All right, so I'm gonna do the things that I want to do, learn from it, and through that, I want you guys to be like, you know what? If he can do it, I can do it, because I am a very, very slow learner when it comes to things. You guys are gonna see just how slow, okay? But it's funny because once I learn how, I haven't mastered. I'm one of those people. Now, mastered, I'll use that term loosely. I'm confident in it once I get good at it. Okay, now it might take me 120 hours to get good at something, but at that point, I know the basics, you know, and I'm going to teach you guys how to juggle once I get better at it. I can show you the basic 3 juggling right now, but it's really not that hard, and you can start doing it. So anyway, that is my overarching goal and vision with this YouTube channel, and yeah, I hope that you guys are going to stick around, and I'm in this for the long haul, or at least I'm going to try to be. So we'll just see where this thing goes, and thank you so much for your support. And I look forward to hearing from you guys in the future. Thanks so much. This is Gabriel Michael, One Day at a Time, signing out.